Well, I can safely say the game audio is coming through well. I'm thinking I may want to turn the game audio down a hair, just due to the fact that once we get in combat, I might be completely lost under the game. Alright, game audio's been ticked down a notch. What do you... Let me know what you guys think. Actually, that does sound good to me. How does it sound on your guys' end? Ugh, man. Sorry, just 1 second. Text from Abby. Okay. So, quick update for those who weren't here for the last stream. I initially ended outside of Heimdall and said I was going to advance the story next, but then I remembered there was a side quest that I hadn't done yet that, for whatever reason, is not part of the side quest guide I pulled up to make sure that I didn't miss anything. No, I don't need to hear an explanation. I don't remember if it has to be Zelos for this to work, but I'm gonna play as Zelos. Okay, cool. But yeah, this is just, I think, kind of an important side quest to really... It gives more insight into Zelos' character, and given how much I've drooled over him, that's a very good thing. Pardon me? Just grabbing a swig. Alright. Number one, Gleaming Night.
This is gonna be
Double team thing!
That's right.
You ain't got that.
I won't repeat my bitching about that, but it should say my complaints about the lasers stand. Well, I complain about them giving it to you in the dungeon where you're fighting nothing but angels who are impolite damage.
You ain't going. Nope. You ain't going.
double team. That was so easy.
Shut up, Zelos. I love your ass, but shut up.
This is gonna be cake.
Yeah, I'm not reading the audio, or not reading the dialogue, just because we're kind of at the point where, you know, it's just generic. Zelos Wild are fighting in the arena against But I mean, it's gonna fucking suck if somehow I missed the side quest, but I don't think I did. But yeah, once that actually starts happening, then I'll read the dialogue.
Ready for this? This takes con.
I do have... Okay, good, it is first.
Double team.
Brain, my brain goes
I'm just
to
too
Zelos and
pretty.
Slayers.
Seriously.
Stop. Oh, I wonder if Flays had that too, because Flays loves Slayers. It was their favorite anime until My Hero Academia came out.
This is gonna be double.
I still need to watch Slayers, but there are so many things Can I use items in this game? There are so many things I need to find.
Double team.
I just don't have time for it. I mean, the fact that I didn't even have time to test out the audio and try fixing it right before the stream. And last time I tried streaming was a week ago. That should kind of give you an idea of how no time I have to make this new job.
No way!
I mean, don't get me wrong. The new job has some benefits. Like, I've got
Man, this sucks.
so much disposable money now that, because me and Abby were planning on going to Disneyland for our 10th anniversary, but I was genuinely worried about being able to afford it. I'm not worried about that anymore. In fact, we've decided to extend our vacation time because of how much money I'm making. It's just, oh, okay. Yeah. Let's see, Slayers was my favorite anime before I found Sphinx Family, and it's so ridiculously over the top and refuses to stay serious. That's awesome. Yeah, I think my first anime that wasn't, you know, like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Digimon was Escaflowne. And I think it was probably my favorite anime until I actually watched it again as an adult. Realized kind of how incredibly okay it was. I mean, I still think it's good, don't get me wrong, but anyway.
Takunaga, is that you?
Charles Dunn. It has been a while.
You know him?
Yeah, kind of. What is it? Do you want something from me?
You and your attendants are very powerful.
Who are you calling attendants?
Well, I am the chosen after all, you know.
So the audio during battle keeps getting louder. I can barely hear you. All right. Let's knock the game audio down by another tick, then, shall we? Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, and that is a downside about, you know, action games is audio fluctuates. But thanks for the heads up. That is difficult for me to check on my own midstream.
Heaven has granted me multiple gifts. Strength, beauty, intelligence, refinement. Making Luke question his sexuality.
Then, if someone defeated you in the Colosseum,
Yeah, I do think I have to keep fighting a Zelos to do this side quest.
you would have to acknowledge them, yes?
Yes, I guess so.
Much better. I can hear you clearly. Perfect.
Although I don't think there's anyone who could defeat the beautiful Zealous.
Lloyd could. Lloyd could, and you know it.
I see that. I'll be looking forward to your next fight.
You betcha.
Who was he?
He's an old acquaintance.
All right. Okay, good. The game is generous, and we do heal in between matches. I appreciate. Although, then again, I did not do so well in that last one. Well, hold on. I'm going to enter Lloyd and see if doing this with Lloyd will work. If it doesn't, I apologize for wasting time, but I'm just... So yeah, whoever you've kind of locked in for being your romance, bromance, or whatever, they'll show up there to wish you luck. So again, because I have because Colette was locked in, she shows up there. But if I had had anyone else, whether, yeah, they would have shown up there to wish me luck.
No way! Demonic chaos! No way! All right.
Yes, I pulled a cucumber out of that thing's pants.
This is demonic!
Oh, I hate the grave coffin sellers. That's what they're called. Coffin master. I mean, they're not terrible, but when you're fighting them on your own, but then again, maybe fighting them on your own, they're easier to deal with. Whatever, let's just spank this guy's behind. Now, I actually do love, like, just the visual aspect of this boss fight. Just the fact, or just of this monster. Oh, really? You're in China. That's cool, Muffin. Also glad to have you back, China. Or, not China, Muffin. Let's see, give my ADHL noises hit my brain equally, but my attention can only lock onto the loudest. I'm happy. Oh, audio issues. And I'm happy to have you here to point them out. Yeah. So yeah, Muffin, since you probably missed what I said at the beginning, I know I ended the last stream outside of Heimdall saying we were going to advance the story, but I then remembered there was a side quest that I had missed that for whatever reason was not on like the master side quest list I was going off of to make sure I got all the second costumes.
Just warming up.
So I went back to do this one because it does offer additional insight into Zelos' character, and as I've already said, anything that...
All right, let's go.
Oh, right, this thing.
Demonic.
Anything that develops Zelos more as a character, I'm always going to be up for. But yeah, we'll see if I can actually do this as Lloyd instead of Zelos, because, like I said, if I have to do these fights as Zelos, then I apologize for wasting everyone's time with this one. Okay.
You picked the wrong guy to mess with.
Yep. Oh, stop showing off, Lloyd. Alright, intermediate class is in the bag. Alright, is what's his... Yep, okay, here we go. It does... I don't have to do it as Zelos.
Zelos, please hurry.
Taka, wait. I'm out of breath. For those who don't remember or weren't here, that's Zelos' little sister that was living in like some teeny tiny little abbey on like the opposite end of the country. Other than she seems to not... Let's see, I learned that China Wi-Fi basically disables YouTube. That sucks. But yeah, she's basically kind of... She never gets to see her brother, basically, and always have to play second fiddle to him.
Celis.
Oh, the chosen. How are you doing there?
Just a moment, Takanaga. Was that Celis?
Oh, what are you talking about? Celis is at the Abbey. She couldn't possibly be in a place like this.
But...
I...
You know very well how easy Celis can get sick. She wanted to be in a place like this. No, she's definitely not here. Do you understand? Yeah. I intend for well.
The fuck is going on? Alright. I don't remember if there's anything past the advanced class or if this is the last one, but we shouldn't be doing this too much longer, and then we can head back to Heimdall and advance the story. Because I'm hoping we can get... Because, yeah, we might be seeing one of the best scenes in the game if we can make it to Heimdall in this stream. I mean, heck, depending on how long this takes me, we might be able to see my absolute favorite scenes in the entire game. We'll see. We'll part of me really wants to get to them just since I've got both of you here, especially you, Muffin, because I know you've been very invested in this game. And this is the first time I've been able to do a stream with you here, Val. But at the same time, part of me was like, man, I said to myself I would stop right before we got to that scene so I could announce it on Twitter. It's like, hey, don't miss the next Symphonia stream so you don't miss the 3 best scenes in the game. But, you know, if we get to it today and you guys are here, we're going to watch it anyway. But we'll see. Could you just die already? I'm also now officially Swedish and Mongolian citizen. Awesome.
That was just
Excuse me. And I also realize Lloyd is probably the best one to do these with, since he does have the item that slowly heals him.
This is gonna
And
be
since
a
I
piece
can't,
of cake. No way.
since I can't use items to heal at all in this, that's going to be very helpful. Okay, you don't stay stunned for long. Got it. Yeah, right. I also got something that slowly restores my TK. Huh.
That was just warming up.
That was actually easier than the last. Wait, I got no grade from that, but that fight was easier than the last one. Oh, I love you, game, but the grading system is blah.
All right, let's go.
Oh shit, one of you. One of you. Okay.
No way.
Thank you for auto-guarding, Lloyd.
Okay, good.
Fine. When in doubt, just tempt it. Got it. Shit. Let's see. Dinosaurs-looking creatures. They look cool. I know. I love... This game's got great monster designs. The Tales series in general just has great monster designs. I know that you could argue they're a bit generic looking. And, yeah, I suppose that's true. But you can... Oh, fuck me! Okay. Am I healed? I'm healed. All right, let's see. Speaking of anime from earlier talk, I got sucked into the One Piece rabbit hole. Oh no, I'm gonna stay away. I love the. Oh, good luck, my friend. Good luck. Okay, I think we'll be able to do that because I only lost because I kind of let myself get pushed away from that thing. If I can just keep it in the stun lock, I think we'll be okay. Yes, I love you too, Colette. Oh yeah, just in regards to answering, following up on what you asked me about my voice when I was testing Audio Muffin. Yeah, my voice is a lot better. I can consistently do the edgelord voice now without, you know, devolving into a coughing fit. It's just, you know, last time I tried streaming this, so it's like I'd like to follow through on this Symphonia stream before I get back to edgelord. And especially since edgelord had a big weekend at the LARP park this weekend that I go as edgelord. Let's see, Pastor. Yes, Val, I believe in you. You can do it. You can do it. Oh. Oh yeah, so something that's kind of funny that I never noticed. So for those who missed it, the weapons I've currently got, these are Lloyd's ultimate weapons. There's no weapon in the game more powerful than these, and I got them by beating the Sword Dancer. Well, I always thought that these blades were like double-edged swords as a kid, but like so many other things, now in the HD versions, I'm like, oh, they're single-bladed curved swords, kind of similar to a lot of the other weapons Lloyd uses in this game. I have nothing really further to add. It's just, oh hey, here's another bit of just something new that this HD version of the game has allowed me to learn purely due to the fact that I can clearly see what's on screen in this version of the game. So again, despite it lagging, you know, turning into molasses at several points, this HD version will always have that to its name. Alright. Oh, crap. No, I thought we agreed you would stay in the stun lock. Let's see. Also, the overwhelming story hasn't stopped my One Piece tabletop, which is more fun than a lot of things because this world is so goofy you can make anything work. Yeah, that's kind of what... Oh, a rune bottle. Nice. I don't need rune bottles anymore. I've already... Whew! So... It's amazing with just how much I bitched about them nerfing the dragon for grinding. The new solution I found for grinding using grinding rune bottles, oh man, that paid so much money. I mean, seriously, I got so much cash from that method. I was ooh, crap, one of you. I was able to pay off Lewin's reconstruction in one sitting after only 2 bouts of grinding. So I'm like, okay, yeah, you may have nerfed the dragon, but this new way is way quicker, so we're good, game, we're good. Can you get stunned already? Ugh. You icicle buttfucker? That was funny.
Demonic chaos! Demonic chaos! No way!
You know, I just realized this thing kind of looks like
Demonic chaos.
Rodile's monster form with like that gun arm and whatnot. I wonder if that was intentional and if it's implied that these things were created due to failed Crucius crystal experiments. Alright, who am I going up against now?
This is gonna be
Oh,
tough.
fuck!
No way. Raging beast.
Yep.
Demonic chaos. No way. No way. No way.
Okay. I forgot about that thing. I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually do this side quest in this playthrough because, oh man. Well, that thing is not necessarily like one of the worst bosses in the world if you could fight it as a group, but one-on-one, oh, I need to be a much higher level or just a better player to take that on. So we're gonna have to put a button on this side quest. Basically, what the side quest boils down to is Zelos' sister wanted to make an arrangement so she could actually beat Zelos in an arena tournament, proving to the world that, you know, she's not just the Chosen One's weak little sister. So she should be allowed to, you know, travel with them. But, you know, Zelos kind of says, it's like, you're not allowed to travel with me, not because you're my weak little sister who can't take care of herself, but because I care about you, because I know for a fact I'm doing incredibly dangerous shit, and I love you too much to, you know, let you subject yourself to that, you know? Alright.
Lloyd, welcome. Your visitors already entered the Torrent Forest, where Origin sleeps.
Thank you.
Then we'll see you when you get back.
Wait, Professor Genus. Little Elder, please. Let these two into the village. It's only for now. They're my close friends, and I want them to be there when I face off against Kratos. Unthinkable. No half-elves may enter our village. That kind of attitude gave rise to Crucius. What did you say?
Stop, both of you. The chasm that separates us from the half-elves is deep and dark. Nevertheless, there's reason in what you say. Thus, from now until Origin is released, I will grant these two entrance to the village.
Thank you.
However, they may not use any of our facilities. Is that clear?
That's fine.
Gee, thanks. Then, let's go to where Kratos is. Lloyd, wait! You should relax a little first. AKA, you should save and rest at the end and resupply your healing items. You're about to fight your father, remember? I know that!
Colette is right. Don't be hasty, Lloyd.
The fate of the world rests on your battle with Kratos. Let's rest here tonight. And you can sort out your feelings. This will be the end of our journey. Alright. Alright. Chatty. What is it? Oh. Nothing. Are you feeling uneasy? What? If you don't kill Kratos, Origin will not be released. Even if you somehow manage to avoid fighting, you still have to release Origin. If you release Origin, Kratos may die. And you're right back where you started. Yeah, I want to talk with him. I want to ask him if there isn't any other way. You must prepare yourself for the possibility that there isn't. Professor, I'm sorry. I always say things so coldly. No. You say the harsh things on purpose. It's for a benefit. Thank you. Lloyd. Tonight, I'll make up my mind about whether or not I will kill Kratos. Almost. Yes. Like, there is a bit more after this, but yeah, the game is basically... We are in the last, like, 5% of the game at this point. Now, there is a fair bit of side quests we can do after this in order to get, like, some endgame ultimate equipment and stuff, but yeah. The game is basically over at this point. Like I said, there's less than 5% of the game left. Hey, you know how they say, he who chases two hares won't catch either? Hares. How do you chase hares? You mean chase someone and grab them by the hair? Won't be hitting endgame in this stream, will you? Realistically, no. Mostly just because, again, after there is enough endgame content to do some of the get the ultimate stuff, which I do want to see, you know, which I do want to do because there is some interesting stuff that we can see because of it. Plus, I still need to get Regal's second costume, which I can't do until after I get a certain item. So there will at least be one more Symphonia stream after this one for sure. Possibly 3, depending on how much we get done today. But yeah, I do not think I'm going to be finishing the game today. Just because there is enough to fill up a stream without beating the game. You know, Lloyd, sometimes I think you're a true genius. Thanks, Genus. That wasn't a compliment. What it means if you're greedy and try to get everything, you fail. Like me. Genus? I wanted to be friends with both you and Mythos. Mythos was the first friend I've ever had that was my race. But in the end, with my own hands, I'm sorry, Genus. He was your friend and I don't want you to apologize for that. Is that Mythos' Crucius Crystal? I'm sorry. I picked it up in the Tower of Salvation, but I couldn't just bring myself to destroy it. I took it with me. Thought at least I'd show him the regenerated world. I see. Lloyd, don't do anything you'll regret. That's all I wanted to say. Alright. I'll get Perseia's over there. Hey, buddy.
Yo, I'm in a really bad mood, just so you know.
What are you talking about all of a sudden?
I just can't accept the way he acts, you know. Kratos.
Only 6 hours ahead of you now, 12 hours ahead of you. Oh boy, so... Ooh, it's late for you.
Just can't accept that they're Kratos.
I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize.
Well, yeah, but...
Well, I guess you are his son. But I gotta say, the way he decided to leave the job of settling things up to you is just, like, really irresponsible. It's like he's trying to run away from the situation.
You start putting down people, even Kratos isn't safe.
Lloyd, if you're having trouble finding the answer, just chant my special magic words.
Special magic words?
Whatever will be, will be.
There's something to be said about his kind of casual approach to life. I don't know if I could ever truly approach life that casually, but I don't know. He makes it work. Maybe the others are on the other half of the village. Oh, there's Colette. I'm going to talk to Colette last, since I think talking to Colette... Let's see. Where's Muffin? What do you got? Oh. Yeah, let's see. So I think talking to Colette, you talk to her to, you know, be like, hey, I'm ready to stay at the inn. Hey, Perseia. I'm here for the stream. It's almost 1 p.m. for me. Alright. Sitting here. Just doesn't seem real that the world's headed towards destruction. Yeah, if the Great Sea doesn't wake up, the world will... What we doing may be against the laws of nature. What? People chose the path of destruction. What we're trying to do is nothing more than meaninglessly extend the lifespan of the world. Are you saying it's better if the world is destroyed? I don't know. I don't think anyone knows what's best. That's why we're having difficulty deciding. Say, there may not be a correct path. So please choose what you really believe for yourself. Thanks, Persea. You know, again, normally I'd be annoyed with someone staying so nihilistic throughout the game, but as we've seen, they properly show the bullshit that Persea has gone through, that I think she can be allotted a certain amount of pessimism.
You look tired.
So yeah, fine, I'm just chilling tomorrow, and then the day after that we're going on a plane to Germany. Also this time, I have it planned, so I shouldn't be tired around the Delta Room stream. That's good. Because, yeah. I'm also glad I got the streaming equipment fixed, because I would hate to have to cancel the goddamn Delta Room stream after making that announcement, since we should finish it in this next stream. Really?
Crucius was destroyed, but the bigger problem still remains. It's only natural that you are fatigued.
This is the end. I expect to fight Kratos in the end.
I understand. Your desire for wanting your father to live, and your desire to unite the worlds as well.
If I don't do anything, the world will wither and everyone will die.
In times like this, you have two options. Choose what you desire. Choose what you desire to do, or what you must do.
I mean, there is the third option of just letting the world die. The update to Mass Effect 3 said that's a very viable option. And anyone who makes that decision's a cocksucker. Hey, are you alright? Let's see, Persea. This is not a FromSoft game. The world is not literally dying and rotting. You want to save the world. Well, technically the world is literally dying and rotting because there's not enough mana, which is what we're trying to fix. Because as it stands, there's not enough mana in the world to support both Tethael and Silverot, unless we get the Great Tree to grow again, which is what we're after. What? Yeah? Sorry. You're not someone who would answer that question with a no. I'm so stupid. Sheena, no, I'm really okay. I just have hesitations. Yeah, of course. Anyone would be confused. The thing with Kratos was so sudden. There's no time for it. I have to decide. I can't waver back and forth waiting to save both like the way I was with Colette. A father and a son battling to the death. It's horrible. Dang, I'll miss these characters. This is a great world and great characters that I had a lot of fun watching. I'm glad you really enjoyed it, Muffin. And it's a shame the sequel destroys Lloyd's character utterly and completely. Thankfully, though, given that Tales Symphonia is a prequel to Tales of Fantasia, the second game has to be non-canon in order for the Tales of Fantasia to happen. So we can just... I mean, even the creators are just trying to pretend that the sequel didn't exist, which is why they didn't re-release it this time. So, is this also a Link the First Fire situation? Also a Link the First Fire situation where the protagonist dies so the mana keeps the world going? Thankfully, no. I mean, the legend about the hero mythos kind of pushed that story, but no, we're not going that route. Sheena, don't have to make yourself feel bad about it. Thank you. I'll think long and hard about it. I'll find an answer that won't make you feel that way again. I'm sorry I couldn't cheer you up. No, don't worry about it. Thanks. Yeah. Again, in this most recent playthrough, I really did get more invested in the Colette, realizing that Colette and Lloyd are the best OTP. But Colette and Sheena do have great chemistry. Not yet. Lloyd, it'll be alright. What are you saying all of a sudden? Well, see, I have good luck. Even though I was a chosen who was supposed to die, thanks to you, I'm here alive. Well, yeah. When you and the others are sad, I'm sad. And so, to make sure I don't get sad, you won't let anything sad happen to you. I'm sure I read that wrong, but you're such an optimist. Sorry. Don't apologize. But thanks. No, I'm really sorry. I don't have anything else I can say. And have a good night. So, there are 3 unique scenes you get depending on who you bonded with. This is the second one. So, yeah, depending on who you're closest with, this scene plays out differently. It's like the first one was the scene in Flanor on the balcony where Colette gives the snow bunny. Now there's this scene.
What is it?
I'm not gonna lie, this scene is fucking creepy with Rain. So, as much as I love Rain, she has one of my least favorite scenes when she's the one we've grown closest to.
Are you still up?
I couldn't really get to sleep.
The stars are so pretty. Do you want to come see them with me?
Okay then, just for a little while.
Wow. It feels like they might come falling down at any moment.
Yeah.
You know, it still feels strange. The fact that I'm still here talking with you.
Because since Rain is your teacher, and she is, I want to say she's 22, and Lloyd is, I keep forgetting, he's between 15 and, he's a minor. It's kind of creepy, especially since she still talks to him in a somewhat motherly way. It's just an awkward scene. I get that they were trying to make it sweet, but it's clearly supposed to be romantic, and the English dub was trying to downplay the romantic undertones between a minor and an adult. So it just comes across as painful and awkward, to say the very least.
How come?
Anyway, just back to the great scene.
My grandmother told me that I could never return to the village once I left on the journey to regenerate the world. So, when I talked with you the night before leaving Asalia, I thought it would be the very last time. But I'm still here, right beside you.
And that's the way it'll be. Crucius is gone,
Yeah, just don't think about that too much, Muffin.
and tomorrow, when I win against Kratos and have him remove the seal, the worlds will be reunited. You don't have to worry anymore.
So, you're going to fight Kratos?
I have to.
But he's your father.
It's because he's my dad that I have to fight.
Why?
He wants to settle things. He wants to settle the score with his own past. That's what it feels like to me.
Maybe you're right. After all, he saved us.
Yeah, and I also want to settle things myself.
What do you mean?
I've spent this whole time expecting you to do everything. I just took it for granted that you're the only one who could regenerate the world. I never questioned that.
You didn't know. It's not your fault. And besides, you saved me. Just like you promised you would.
But because of that, a lot of people lost their lives. I have to shoulder their sacrifices. For their sake and mine, I have to defeat the Kratos of the past.
I understand.
When this is all over, I hope the world becomes a place where everyone can live together.
Because Japan was far worse back then, however, they're getting better. Now the legal consent agents. That's good. That is good to hear. Like, again, I acknowledge there are a lot of things, especially in this game, I have to be like, ugh, this game's over 20 years old, things have changed. Much like that one scene with Zelos I completely skipped because we don't, let's just pretend that scene doesn't exist.
When this journey ends
Or that
and the
it wasn't a
world
scene,
really
it was a
becomes
skit.
like that, what are you going to do? Will you return to Asalia?
I don't think I'm going back there again. I plan to go on a journey to collect all of these.
X-Fierce?
Unless they're all retrieved, there will be more victims like you and Persea.
Guess a lot of new anime is staying away from that underage crap. Not all because there's sadly a market. Good.
So I want to gather all of them before that happens. That's my way of showing gratitude to these guys for using their powers to fight.
Do you mind if I come along with you? I want to continue to be by your side. Just like I've been up until now.
All right. We'll go together. Let's go explore the new world together.
Okay.
And yeah, who, regardless of who you're closest with, they all go on the journey with you to collect the X spheres at the end of the game. But yeah, it's also kind of nice, you know, revisiting this game after all these years, and again, really appreciating the little nuances between Lloyd and Colette's relationship that went over my head as a kid because, you know, Sheena was the hot anime babe, so clearly I thought I wanted, you know, to be with her. But again, that conversation in particular, just talking about just how them being there, it really does very well mimic that conversation towards the beginning of the game. It really does make Lloyd and Colette's, let's see, the market's changing to the most popular anime now is a genuine mature things and heartfelt stories. Well, shonen is popular with the new shonen, it's not gross. Yeah, I know another problem was, like, because I met a couple, like an American couple who lived in Japan for 30 years. They said one of the reasons why there's so much underage gross crap in older anime is because it was believed only younger kids were watching or reading anime. So like, well, let's do fan service for the younger kids who are reading it so they can get them addicted to... It's gross no matter what. You're amazing, Lloyd. What's up all of a sudden? You talked the elf elder into letting Rain and I into the village. All you did was enter the village. The elves haven't accepted you. It's enough for us. As for the next step, probably have to do it ourselves. Yeah. Alright. I don't remember how big this forest is, but I think it shouldn't take too long.
Are you going to the Torrent Forest?
Yeah.
Kratos traveled the world in search of the legendary ore Aeonis. He came here too, of course. Do you know why?
In order to allow human to wield the eternal sword, right?
So that you can wield it. But in the end, Aeonis could not be found in this world. It had to be taken from Barris Carlon.
So that's why you sent Zelos to get it?
Even if you cannot avoid the battle, do not forget. Kratos was your 9th companion.
I won't.
Torrent Forest lies this way. Speak to the Watchman.
Okay, I did forget that line of dialogue specifically saying that the reason why Zelos knew about that ore is because Kratos told him about it. I genuinely forgot that. So, this is the Forest of the Elves. You used to live in Heimdall a long time ago, didn't you, Professor? Yes, but I hardly remember it at all. It's a strange feeling, both nostalgic and unfamiliar at the same time. Kind of like playing through this game again. Huh? I hope the day comes that anyone can just visit this forest normally. Yeah, I hope there's a world like that someday. I want to say, because I started playing the remake of Tales of Phantasia on the Game Boy Advance, but could not get very far in it. I do think by the time Tales of Phantasia happens, the segregation that was present in Symphonia has lessened dramatically. Sorry, yeah, I know I need to bother that thing, but I also want to look around and make sure there's chests. Elves are long-lived, aren't they? Yeah. So it seems. They say that they live about 1,000 years. It's hard to even imagine that. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'll probably live that long, too. So half-elves are long-lived as well? Then even after we die, you'll have to keep on living. Yeah.
We shall live on as well.
Our individual lifespans are 80 years at best.
That's not what I mean. As long as Genus and Rain are alive, we too shall continue to live in their hearts.
I know it's a cliche line. Yeah, I'll never forget you all. Again, I know it's cliche, but like I said, think of Tales of Symphonia less as like a truly original, groundbreaking, you know, game. And more as, imagine, because as I've said multiple times, the Tales series has often touted itself as, or I don't know if it's like officially touted itself as a great entry-level JRPG for, you know, like, it's a good game, it's a good RPG for young kids to experience, because it's considerably easier than other JRPGs, like, say, Final Fantasy. And it touches on things that... Oh, hello, Ava the One. It's kind of sad, not gonna lie. I don't disagree, but... And it also touches upon things that, you know, like the whole will live on in your heart, which is not an original concept, but maybe for a young kid, they've never really experienced that recognition. Say, Colette, have I gotten stronger? You're really strong, Lloyd. Even stronger than Kratos. Well, we fought him several times, but he was always holding back. If he holds back this time, I won't forgive him. Lloyd, I have to beat him. For real. Is that because you want your father to recognize you? What? I'm sure Kratos will understand your feelings. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Yeah. But yeah, again, I kind of feel that I, in a way, am proof of kind of what I'm saying. Because, again, this was my first RPG after Pokemon. This game introduced me to many more mature ideas that I just had never really considered. Sorry you're gonna miss the fight with Kratos, but I'm glad you could come at all, Muffin. Get some sleep, though, because, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it should be nearly midnight where you're at, so get some rest. It was really good having you, Muffin. But yeah, this game is by no means,
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
you know, groundbreaking. It didn't necessarily do anything all that, you know, new that had not been done before or never been done since. But its strength is it's able to do something familiar in a way that it could leave a profound impact on a younger generation who's experiencing it for the first time. I mean, that really is the strength of the Tales series. I'll watch the... Oh, that's true. Yeah. Be sure to leave a comment on what you thought about it, because since you won't be here to witness it live, but I love chatting with you about the game, so get some rest, have a good rest of your night. Well, I don't need those for Lloyd, because, again, I've got his ultimate swords. Oh yeah, so one other thing about, completing the Colosseum side quest, that unlocks more like special difficulty. Oh shit. That unlocks like special difficulties you can do in the combat arena. And if you're able to do like the ultimate difficulty with each character individually, and see, I do agree the game makes this game makes more complex and sometimes existential and painful ideas simple for children to start to grasp. It makes it clear they can still persist. Yeah, no, again, that's why I've really tried to emphasize why this game might not seem like that much to just someone casually watching the stream. But again, it's like what makes it powerful is if you happen to experience this as a kid. And this was your first exposure to these more complex ideas. So, just as an example, it's like, I think, as a whole, I think the Mass Effect games, which are also some of my favorite games of all time, are a vastly superior product, because they're more tightly written, the controls are tighter because it is a newer game. But Mass Effect was made for adults. That would be like saying that, what's a good example? That would be like saying the Bernstein Bears. Okay, that's probably a little too young. What's a good teen book that was not written by a terrible author? Sorry, I'm trying to think of like teen fantasy, and unfortunately I'm thinking about the books written by she who shall not be named. I can think of one, but I can't guarantee you guys. That would be like okay, you know, I'm just gonna go there. That'd be like saying that the Aragon books don't have the same in-depth character analysis as something like Song of Ice and Fire. Because it's like, well, but they were written for different age demographics. For people with different levels of comprehension and understanding of, again, complex ideas. It's like, so, Abby showed me D and Angel when we were first married. D and Angel was one of her favorite animes of all time. And I had never heard of it until she introduced it to me. And well, let's see. Fear Street was written for teenagers, but it's not fantasy. Okay, good to know. But, well, I thought D and Angel had some flaws and some things, and I'm like, meh. I think, given the fact that D and Angel was written for early teens and preteens and whatnot, I think D and Angel is actually a perfect anime when you factor in the target demographic, you know? Because you need to remember... I mean, I think that's another reason why I love Avatar: The Last Airbender so much, or Digimon Tamers, because they are written for kids, but they're... the deeper philosophy and just darker stories that they tackle are so good that they can thoroughly entertain an adult. So they're able to be deep they're able to be kid-friendly without being childish. They're able to be deep without waxing too philosophical to the point of tedium, I guess would be the word I'm looking for. Yeah, so again, with these games, much like just everything I've said, I think this is a perfect game when you factor in the perfect age demographic that this game is made for, as well as factoring in when it was made. Because again, if you didn't grow up with this game, I don't recommend picking it up, even if you have enjoyed the stream, just because the controls are clunky and a bit frustrating, especially compared to other games that have come out in the series since then. I just realized, did I get a better staff for Rain in the tower? No, I didn't. Sorry, I really don't remember using that particular staff this late in the game. Huh. Interesting. Okay, let's pay attention to Sheena's model and see if that sort of, if a shield actually does get projected around her. Because that'd be kind of interesting. Because again, like in terms of factoring in target demographic, something like Teletubbies, that is trash. It don't matter that it's basically for babies. It's garbage. Because something like Sesame Street was made for the same age demographic. And Sesame Street actually has good characters and, you know, genuinely tries to expand kids, you know, understanding and imagination. Now, I don't think it has Sesame Street has as good as interesting lessons to it as something like Fraggle Rock, just sticking with Jim Henson properties here, but you get what I'm saying. Like, there is... I guess what I'm just trying to clarify is I'm not advocating for things are above criticism if they're for a certain demographic, if you know what I mean. Let's see, I believe, like, the expression I like is, if something leaves you with more ideas than you started with, then it's clearly not, it's clearly doing its job and doing it decently well. Okay. Okay, just look at that background. That seriously looks like a matte painting from an old movie set. It's even got the line that separates where you can walk with the back. Oh, God. Stories written for children and want to have an all-age enjoyment do, in fact, have some of the most mature themes because angst and painful events are not just for adults. Yeah, I agree. Okay, sorry. I am going to pause here real quick because the Mountain Dew I drank to wake me up is coming up on me. So I just need to quickly run to the bathroom, and I literally just need to take 3 steps from a boss fight. So give me like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the OST. Because, again, there is not a single song in this game that I dislike. I love the soundtrack of this game. Okay, here we go.
So, you've come.
Is there no other way?
Are you still thinking like that? You'll die if you fight me with any doubt left in your heart.
I'm also freaked the OST gets silent for a bit before looping. Okay. Well, that's...
If you want the pact with Origin, then you must defeat me.
So, that's your way. Everyone, leave this to me.
You're going to fight alone?
Lloyd won't lose. Lloyd bears the weight of all the lives that you and Crucis sacrificed.
Get ready!
Oh, yeah, also, whoever you're closest with, they'll actually speak up and talk about how Lloyd's not going to lose this fight.
I'm not going to hold back this time.
I know. I won't either.
You know, I'm actually glad, because in a lot of the other fights against companion characters, they play Fatalize. I'm actually glad Kratos, they never use that song for Kratos' fights, because Kratos' fights have always had way more emotional weight to them. So I'm glad that they never play that upbeat song. So it's like, this isn't something that you should be getting excited for. This is not a fun situation for anyone involved. Oh yeah, I just realized, I think we might actually have 2 more streams left in this game. Possibly 3, because I just remembered I haven't completed the Devil's Arm side quest. And that boss fight is so hard, especially if you don't have the ×10 experience, that I'm not even joking. The first time I ever did that boss fight, it took me 3 hours just for the boss fight alone. So that boss fight might get a dedicated stream just for that one.
It's over.
All right. We're gonna get so.
You've grown strong.
So I've mentioned a couple times that I've used some of Lloyd's dialogue to talk people out of suicide. Well, this scene's got another line I've used.
Thanks to you,
Aren't you going to finish me?
I've defeated Kratos the Angel, the one who betrayed us. And I forgive Kratos, the hero of the ancient war, who helped us. That's all.
And I thought I'd finally earned the right to die. But you're as soft-hearted as ever.
Hold on. You can't be... Are you going to break the seal?
That is what you desire, is it not?
But then you'll...
Yes, I'm here now, by the
Kratos!
way.
Don't worry, he's alive. I gave him some of my mana.
Dad! Kratos! Are you really okay?
Looks like I failed to die once more.
You stupid jerk! You can die anytime, but when you die, that's the end.
You want him to live in eternal damnation?
Who said anything like that? What will you accomplish by dying? Nothing. There is no meaning in dying.
You're right. To think I had to have my son teach me such an obvious lesson.
See, that
Kratos!
line actually hit me really hard, and that's the line I was talking about. Because I remembered in the 90s, there was... Yeah, no, he needs therapy. There was a string of movies like Independence Day, Armageddon, that always had, like, the main characters sacrifice themselves. That was kind of an interesting... And, you know, and romanticizing sacrificing yourself for the greater good. And, you know, that sort of thing does still... I mean, Dinobot from Transformers, I think, is probably one of the best examples of sacrificing yourself for the greater good. But that line in particular also kind of hit me because it really made me think and just challenged my thought process about just a lot of other cinema I grew up with. The whole idea of your end goal should not be to die and not to sacrifice yourself.
Kratos will be fine. Form the pact with Origin.
So like I said, I'm pretty sure this is the first appearance of Origin as a summoned spirit in the Tales series, and I think he's only made one other appearance, and I really like his design.
You who lack the right. I have lost faith in all things. Have you come here to disappoint me as well?
Origin, are you bound by a pact to Mythos?
My pact with Mythos was broken the moment I was freed. Never again shall anyone make use of my power.
Even if we make a vow, we need the Eternal Sword.
I want to use the Eternal Sword to reunite the two worlds and revive the giant Carlon tree. Unless we do something, the worlds will never stop vying for mana, and everyone will suffer.
That situation was born from the weakness of creatures who are unable to accept those that are different.
That may be true, but mistakes can be corrected.
Some things cannot be corrected.
Even so, we have to do everything we can.
Exactly. I'm not gonna give up. From the moment they are born, everyone has the right to live. I want to reclaim that. Humans, elves, half-elves, dwarves, and even summoned spirits. Everyone has a right to life.
Origin. For almost an eternity, I thought that the only way to save this world was to cling to Mythos' ideals. Just as you once agreed with Mythos' ideals, I too thought his was the only way. But Lloyd is different. He taught me that in order to change something, you must do it yourself. It is not enough to merely rely on someone else and go along with their ideals.
You who possess the right of summoning, make your vow.
Origin, then...
I will try once more to believe in people.
I'd be crying at the right to live speech. That is a deep meaning. Yeah, no. Lloyd's philosophy of everyone has the right to live, I think, has ultimately been the... I mean, I've said it many times. Lloyd, as a character, is a cornerstone for just how I've built my personal philosophy and outlook on life.
I shall do my duty in order to create a world you speak of. A world in which everyone can live equally.
I, Sheena, have but one vow. To reclaim a world in which everyone can live freely. A world in which no life is sacrificed meaninglessly. That's all.
Then we shall create a pact upon that vow. Now fight.
You know, in some ways, I do kind of wish Origin was the final boss fight, because he's not, and I don't hate what comes after, but how yeah, I want to be clear. I do enjoy what comes after, but how interesting this game would have been if... Yeah. Because it's like we've already beaten the actual evil, and now we just have to do this one thing to make it a little better. I feel Tales of Vesperia tried that, but fucked it up royally. But again, there's no secret that Tales of Vesperia is probably the game I hate more than all other video games. It's my goddamn ex-wife. Who knows? Maybe Vesperia did do a good job with it, but I hate it too much I can't see past it. But you know what? I tried to play that game with Abby to see if she could offer some fresh perspective that I was missing. And she couldn't get through that goddamn game because it was so poorly written. So, you know what? I'm done apologizing for hating a game that so many other people seem to love. That game sucks. Wow, that... Oh. Sorry, that turned kind of bitter over something just talking about how emotional the scene is making us. You know, I like the fact that Origin can use all other elemental abilities that we've seen in this game, because it really does emphasize just his importance. Actually, that was something I found kind of interesting, is because of the emphasis they put on Origin in this game, combined with him being able to use all other elements, I genuinely thought Origin was supposed to be like the biggest and most important summon spirit in the franchise, but in every other game, it's actually Maxwell. In fact, in this game, and it's kind of interesting that they just didn't have Maxwell fill the role of Origin, because Maxwell's in this game, he's a secret optional boss fight in order to get the Maxwell summon, which is the most powerful summon in the game.
You picked the wrong guy to mess with.
Nothing. Oh. Again, just something interesting.
Pact Maker Sheena and Lloyd, I place my power in your hands.
Also, this is the only summon spirit boss fight.
Transform the Eternal Sword into a blade to save all life.
This is the only fight that both Lloyd and Sheena have to be involved in. All the other fights, it was just Sheena.
However, the Eternal Sword remains, as by Mythos' pact, unusable by those who lack the blood of elves. You must master the sword by your own power, and forge a new bond with it.
There's no time. I'll take your...
No!
No, it's Mythos. He survived in the Crucius Crystal. Lloyd's body will be taken over unless we do something.
Lloyd!
Now, whoever you're closest with actually runs up and grabs the crystal, so if that had been anyone else, they would have gotten possessed instead.
Damn, you interfered! Fine, I'll just take this body.
Colette! Wait! Let her go! We promised. that we'll go on a journey together when the world is reunited. Let her go!
What do I care? I'm leaving this filthy world behind.
I think because especially since I've said multiple times, again, it'd be interesting if Origin was the final fight of the game. Just because, again, I don't think Mythos is a great villain. He works great as a foil for Lloyd, but just as a character on his own, he's just an insufferable brat, you know? And this is how the dinosaurs died.
Tower of Salvation is collapsing.
It's Mythos. He sealed off the route to Darius Karlon.
Damn! We'll evacuate the elves for now. The entire village will be destroyed unless we do something.
I'm grateful they don't make us go back through the forest. I love that just due to the, the simplicity of the graphics, realistically, that elf should be dead because that rock was sitting flush with the ground on top of them, so they should be dead due to the lower half of their bodies being completely pancaked. But, hey, I'm all for saving more lives, you know? Hey, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Cannot leave without the others of this village. We made it to the village to the end.
We're evacuating the remaining people, so run now! Giant overcompensation towers falling apart. Yep.
I can't believe it. I've been saved by humans and half-elves.
How can you say that at a time like this?
Yes, we may have been foolish. I entrusted my village to you.
Asshole, but we're in crisis mode. I'll let that one slide. Oh, shoot, there was a... Oh, crap, the game's eating itself. I hope, can I still see the skit? No, I know we've said it a few times, but I really like... Here we go. I really like this urgent music. Damn, that bastard Mythos! How dare he take Colette? Lloyd, calm down. You must first learn to control the Eternal Sword. If you want to have a chance to rescuing Colette. I know that! Hang in there, Colette. I swear I'll save you. Help, I can't just, go in that shallow stream and go around the rock. Or climb over the fence to our right.
It appears that we are the last remaining elf in the village. Lloyd, you should get out as well.
And,
What is that?
once we have the Tales series obsession of another world just near our world, that we can... No, seriously, if you've played numerous Tales games, they are in love with the whole idea of just two planets close to each other that they're interacting. It was in Graces, it was in Arise, it was not this literally in Zelia, but it was there. It was in Tales of Eternia, like exactly like this in Tales of Eternia. Oh, it was in Tales of Heart. It was in a lot of Tales games, again. They love this story mechanic.
That is Darius Carl.
Impossible. How could a planet exist so close?
Oh, wow, the lag.
It is the eternal sword that makes the impossible possible.
So it's the Edgelord sword, got it.
It was hidden by the protective barrier projected from the Tower of Salvation, but it has always existed there for 4,000 years.
Yes,
I do find it interesting that her speech patterns has changed after her...
and now Mythos, with the Great Seed in hand, is trying to leave this land and take Darius Carlon with him.
Tabitha, you're feeling better?
Yes.
Wait a minute. Darius Carlon is a massive mana. And the Great Seed is the seed of the giant tree, right? If he takes both of them, what's gonna happen to this world?
It will wither and die from mana deprivation.
This is a much bigger problem than reuniting the worlds.
What the hell are you guys talking about? Our friend just got kidnapped. What are we gonna do, Lloyd?
What else? We're going after Mythos.
But the Tower of Salvation was destroyed. Use the Eternal Sword. If you really made a pact with Origin, the sword will surely respond to you. With its power over time and space.
But Altessa is not well enough to move. Who's going to craft the Ring of the Pact?
Dad.
Dirk?
Yeah, he's our only hope. We'll go to Silverant.
Wait. I'm going with you.
All right.
Yeah, this is also another great scene that we've got coming up. Yes, let's just quick jump to Silverant. I don't want to... Yeah. Oh, you meant just quick jump to... Got it. Actually, was there any damage to Mizuho? There's the destroyed tower. So, Heimdall is way farther from the Tower of Salvation than Mizuho was. How did Mizuho get away from that unscathed? But Heimdall got eviscerated. I mean, I don't mind it for dramatic purposes, but I feel my question in this case is valid, and I would very much like an answer, please. Yeah, this is another great scene.
So, you want me to forge the Ring of the Pact? A dwarf who's losing his skills by living on the surface?
There's no one else. The dwarf that has the skills is unable to move.
Dad, please.
I've gathered all of the necessary items.
This is adamantite for polishing? What's this piece of wood?
Is this sacred wood?
This must fuel the fire.
Is that why you were traveling all over Tetheala? To prepare all of this?
Because if you remember, he asked Persea if there was any sacred wood left in Ozette after it burned down. When she told him it wasn't, he said he's going to have to steal it from the church. So yeah, he's actually been doing this the whole game ever since he betrayed us.
I can't very well refuse after you've gone through so much trouble now, can I? And I suppose it won't hurt me to help out my dearest son. After all, I'm his father too. Dwarven vow number 1. Work together for the sake of a peaceful world. Alright, let's do it.
With this, I'll be able to use the Eternal Sword, right?
Kratos! What's wrong?
Lloyd, you've really grown stronger. I never expected you to be able to inflict such a serious wound on my angelic form. Take this, and stop Mythos. I don't think I'll be able to help you anymore.
Okay.
That's a marvelous blade. I doubt you have a sword in your possession to match it.
Really?
Take this with you. It's a present I promised you. Now that you've grown all up, I can entrust you with the greatest sword I ever forged.
Wow. I'll become even stronger with these two swords.
Thanks, Dad. And Kratos.
I do wish these were Lloyd's ultimate weapons.
I'm sorry I forced everything
Because of
upon
their
you.
significance, you know.
I have great dads. One made a ring for his son using the lost arts, and another risked his life to protect his son in secrecy.
Yeah, you've got great parents.
Yeah. Well, I'm off. Dad.
What I kind of wish
Everyone, let's go.
could have been if you beat the Sword Master, it gave you a material to upgrade these swords to make them more powerful. So they could still be the let's see, the Eternal Ring, Material Blades, Diamond. Okay, yeah, let's give the Reflect Ring to some. That's good. Talisman, yeah, let's give you Reflect Ring. Again, that was just, in my opinion, that was just a great scene between Lloyd, Kratos, and Dirk. Plus, I also like Lloyd occasionally, you know, slipping up and calling Kratos dad. It's kind of a way to show Lloyd slowly coming to terms both with forgiving Kratos for what he did and accepting the fact that Kratos is his biological father, because as we saw when he first learned that, he had an existential crisis because he didn't know how to cope with the idea of someone who betrayed them being his dad. And again, like we were talking about, it's nothing wholly unique or deep or hasn't been explored better in other games, but again, for a child's first RPG, it's a good introduction to these ideas. The only thing left is the dais. It's the Eternal Sword. Lloyd, are we fully prepared? This may be our last battle. Yes, we can totally come back from it, which we're going to do, because we have to do the rest of the side quests. We basically have to go to the end of the final dungeon, and then we gotta come back. Yeah, we're set. Excuse me. This is something I also did kind of like. Because the sword's purple, and the swords you got from your dads are red and blue. So the Eternal Sword splits and imbues its power into Lloyd's swords.
You will possess the new right. What do you ask of me?
Carry us to Darus Carlon, to where Mythos and our dear friend
Understood.
Here we go, everyone. You know, it's always fun to see cutscenes in engine of the overworld map, just so you can kind of get a different angle looking at the overworld map. And especially in HD, it's like, oh, it's so charmingly crude, you know? Darus Carlon. You know, now that I know you can exchange EX gems for, like, chips and whatnot, at the casino. I kind of understand why they keep giving you crappy EX gems throughout the course of the game. I'm still gonna kind of nitpick and bitch about it because that's kind of what we do here on this channel. Oh, Val, you might find this funny since you weren't here when I got this, I don't think. But here's one of Genus's second costumes. You might find this funny. Also, hold on. Is Eternal Sword's been better than? Yeah, it's better. So yeah, this is Genus's wholly unique second costume. But yeah, I'm keeping everyone in just their normal outfits just for this playthrough, just so I don't accidentally ruin the seriousness of some of the scenes with the goofy costumes. And yeah, this costume for Rain was not originally available in the original release of the game. That was her secret costume that was added for the PlayStation 2 remake that America didn't see until the game was re-released in 2013 on the PlayStation 3 and Steam. And oh boy, getting that, because you had to get a ridiculous number of chips to exchange at the casino, that was a bit of a pain in the butt until I found an in-game exploit. I mean, I still had to grind a shit ton of cash to make sure I had enough chips to start with. And yeah, I'm just avoiding combat. I know I probably shouldn't, just since I really should be leveling up for the fight against the Devil's Arms, as well as just in general, but I also understand it's like we've only got so much time on stream, so I don't want to waste time on this repetitive boss. Oh, I don't think I ever finished the boss, but what's it called? Once we do that side quest of the arena, some of the characters, like I think Persea, possibly Zelos, I don't remember for sure, they get their ultimate weapons by clearing advanced Colosseum challenges. Which is annoying because in order to get them, you have to do you fight solely as those characters. Now, some of the characters, Rain, are very unwieldy in single-player mode. It's, yeah. You know, one other thing that's also kind of fun if you, wait, where's the way forward? I thought that was the way forward. So something else that is kind of fun, if you're close with someone other than Colette, because like I said, Mythos takes the body of whoever you formed the closest bond with this playthrough. So if you formed a bond with someone other than Colette, Colette finally gets to be like, Colette can be like someone else getting kidnapped. It's like, oh, so that's what that feels like. Because again, I love Colette as a character and I love this game, but man, it loves the whole damsel in distress trope. I am glad I don't inherently mind this trope if it's done sparingly and the female character is still interesting. Like, she's not defined by being rescued. And honestly, Colette is very much an interesting enough character despite needing to be rescued on multiple occasions throughout the game. But I do still just want to bring up the fact that, yeah, this is the one instance where someone else gets kidnapped. Again, not counting when everyone, stays behind when we were going through the tower before to allow Lloyd to move forward, because that wasn't quite the same thing as being kidnapped, plus we were trying to save Colette from being kidnapped again. One of these days, I'd love to play a game, and we kind of got this with Undertale, I suppose, where you get to the final boss of a JRPG, and their final world is not some twisted, you know, avenue of chaos or whatever. It's just like, hi, welcome to my study. Please don't touch my what's that thing called? Like the basket, the Newton's basket with, you know, the balls going back and forth indefinitely. You can help yourself to some lozenges if you want, but like there's no trippy scenery in sight. Sorry, I kind of remember this dungeon's layout because of how many times I've had to go back and forth through it. Because I'm just... Oh. I remember that, like, completely wrong. Because I thought I was heading towards treasure, whereas that... Well, that's the way forward. Oh, fuck it. I'll go through this area on my own time and get the treasure, just so we can keep going forward.
What the?
Oh no, it's a non-main character trap.
Oh no, it's a trap! Lloyd, help us!
By the way, we're gonna see my 3 favorite scenes. We're just gonna see them.
Forget about us. Find a way to evade this trap.
Don't worry about me. Just take care of Mythos.
I see. So this is the... Lloyd! Get the Darius emblem. With it you can...
This
Shut
device
your
is
mouth.
not life-threatening. Please, don't worry.
You still here, Val?
Lloyd, as long as you're all right, we still haven't lost. You must get to the Great Seed.
Guys! Damn! What the hell is going on? What happened to everyone?
Everything is all right. I can feel the presence of your companions. They are somewhere in this city.
All right, let's go find them.
Now, sadly, the 3 favorite scenes that we're about to see, it's not possible to save my favorite one for last. So, we're going to see my favorite one first and save my second favorite for last. Anyway.
Get out of my body!
Colette!
She's too strong. I can't.
Mythos! Get away from her!
How dare you, human! You son of Kratos! How dare you give me orders?
You son of a Kratos! That's an interesting insult.
What's going on?
Martel! How could you?
Human, your kind must not be allowed to live. How far are you willing to go to take control of the mana?
I'll never forgive you. You humans are all the same!
I wish we got a little more context on this scene.
What's going on?
Although, this is the first time I can kind of see, like, a sword hilt sticking out of Martel there. I couldn't tell that in the original...
Dad!
Lloyd, we're inside Mythos' memory.
GameCube
Don't let
version.
it get to you.
Why do you interfere? We both want the same thing. I just wanted to save the world and my sister. Have a
That's
world
not
where
the
no
same
one will be
thing.
persecuted.
You wanted to, you know, go be an incel with your sister's ghost and leave this planet to die. I want to save the world, bitch.
Colette, are you okay?
Lloyd! Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you for rescuing me. I knew you'd come.
We made a promise, didn't we? That we'd go on a journey together.
Yeah,
Looks like the crystal won't come off.
yeah, but I think it's okay. The feeling of something eating through my mind is gone now. Wait, where's everybody else?
They got caught in a trap, and we all wound up separated.
Oh no! We have to find them!
Yeah, let's go.
Welcome back, Colette. Thanks. What's wrong? Well, I really like it when you say welcome back. Why? Don't you remember that's what you said to me when I returned to my normal self? You mean the time on the Fuji Mountains? Yeah, I was so happy. When you tell me welcome back, I really start to feel like I'm really back. I see. Say it any time, as many times as you like. Okay. So like I said, my 3 favorite scenes are coming up. This is Wulgaia. Nothing is broken, but it feels cold. Let's go. We have to stop Mythos. Like I said, sadly, I would love to save my favorite scene for last, but in order to get to the one that I like the least, we have to watch my favorite one. So we're going to watch that one first, and we're going to save my second favorite for last. So, this scene right here... Wait, can I? Nope. Honestly, this might be my favorite scene in the whole game. Which is saying a lot because there are so many scenes in this game that I love. Like I said, I hope you're still there, Val, because this is a good scene, and I really... This was the scene I debated on saving until I announced it on Twitter, because I wanted to make sure everyone could see it. Okay, just for the record, I'm going to go silent going forward, because I just want to let this scene play out.
Where the heck is this funky place?
Hang on a sec. Do you hear a strange sound?
A strange sound?
We'll be sucked into the magic circle.
Oh, crap. Let's get the hell out of here. Ow!
What is this thing?
What's that thing down there?
What's the matter? You'll be caught unless you hurry up and run.
Such a pathetic sight, Zelos.
What? Why is Kuchinao?
It's gotta be an illusion. There's no way those two would be here.
You're so stupid. You've shut your eyes to reality for so long that you can't even tell what's real anymore.
You grew up in Mizuho, yet you still can't tell if I'm real or an illusion? You really are a failure.
It's so sad. How did someone so unworthy become the Chosen? It's no wonder he betrayed his friends.
Neither of you should have been born. Everyone would have been so much happier had you not been born. You brought misfortune upon the people of Mizuho.
I haven't brought misfortune to...
Can you really say you didn't? You, the coward who trembled before Volt and killed your comrades?
One betrayed his friends and then came back shamelessly, and the other killed the people of her village. A fitting end.
Now, if you think you can run, run! You'll be devoured by the darkness and die.
Damn it, we're gonna be eaten by that monster unless we do something.
You gotta be kidding.
Would you like me to save you, Zelos?
Beg for our forgiveness.
And pledge loyalty to Crucius?
That monster will bestow eternal suffering upon you. If it devours you, you will neither live nor die. You will be trapped in true darkness, tormented in isolation forever.
Forever?
I can save you. Join us and defeat Lloyd. Then it will all be over.
Lord Mythos has agreed to let the people of Mizuho live.
And he'll remove the title and duties of the Chosen from you and transfer everything to me.
Celeste will gain the power of the Chosen.
Yes! What I've wanted more than anything else. The power of the Chosen. You'll let me have it, won't you? Just imagine. Your life will finally have meaning and value.
All you have to do is pledge your allegiance to me. As soon as you do that, you will be saved from the Shadow's grasp.
The people of Mizuho.
Celeste will become the Chosen.
Listen to me, both of you. I've come for you guys. I'm right down below.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! The only thing down there is that monster.
Lloyd, don't tell me you were eaten by that monster!
That Lloyd is the real illusion. The monster is mimicking his voice to lure you.
I'm not an illusion. Do you think it's better for the people of Mizuho to become part of the Age of Lifeless Beings? Do you think it's okay for Celes to become the next Chosen who could be sacrificed at any time?
I... Both of you have to decide for yourselves. But I have faith in you. I know you won't run away, even if what we're trying to do is difficult. Don't forget, your lives have value just by being alive and being there.
Just by being alive, my life has value?
A traitor like me has value? Of course not. No life has any value just by being alive.
Shut up. There's a significance in being born, but if that's not good enough for you, I'll give them another value. They're both valuable because they're my friends.
That's a pretty pathetic value, but I suppose it'll do. You reject my offer?
You know what I wish for, yet you still interfere?
Sorry, but I got no choice. The guy who decided my value believes in me and tells me not to run away. I trust you, Lloyd. I, the sort of valuable Zelos, am headed your way.
Looks like you beat me to it.
Are you running away again?
I'll raise the entire village of Mizuho.
I'm not running. The people of Mizuho are waiting for us to reunite the worlds. Betraying that trust would truly be running away. Damnation or salvation? Guess there's only one way to find out.
Welcome back, you two.
It's not like I can really run away from the fact that I was born.
Exactly. Especially since we now have our newfound pathetic value and all. I'm gonna try and face my challenges head on.
Yeah, running won't solve anything.
What possible value does one burden to exist with cursed blood have? Sometimes running's the only way to save yourself. Humans are so arrogant.
That does not look good in HD.
What? A spider figurine?
But it's broken in half. It's kind of creepy.
Maybe it's an admonition to not run away.
I guess that's one way to look at it.
Maybe it is. I'm gonna hang on to it as a reminder.
And Bam Lloyd was actually the monster. It's actually a monster, the end. Yeah, that'd be kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel that these scenes exist to further drive home the parallels between Lloyd and Mythos, but I don't think it works, honestly. But I don't mind either, because it's more insight on Lloyd and just how much he cares for those around him and what he means to them as well. Oh, so fun fact, if I had Sheena or Zelos as my friend, Colette would have taken part in... so if anyone other than Colette, she takes part in these scenes. And she would have had Remiel, the angel pretending to be her father there, as the one mocking her and talking down to her.
It's them.
I'll save you guys.
I thought I just saw Lloyd.
Yes, he disappeared. What could...
A trap?
Even if it is, remaining here indefinitely...
would not be particularly meaningful. Let us search for Lloyd.
I'm so glad you two are safe. Alicia.
Impossible.
Please wait. I'll take you to Lloyd.
It's an illusion. Alicia is dead.
Yes. She was murdered.
Yes.
And what am I, Presea? Even though I'm right here, breathing, my very own sister insists that I'm dead? It's true that I was murdered by Regal, but here I am, alive in front of you. Isn't that enough?
It's only an illusion. Be gone! Presea!
We don't know for certain it's an illusion. Presea, you believe me, don't you? Thank you.
You!
Stop. If you don't stop. Regal, I can't believe you tried to kill me. I can't believe it.
Silence, Phantom! Presea, move!
If you want to kill Alicia, you must face me first. Prepare yourself.
Stop it! Both of you!
Lloyd's voice. Is this an illusion as well?
But there's blood. I feel an evil presence from that blood. Be careful, Presea.
What's going on? What is real?
It doesn't matter. Just settle down. Why are you fighting each other? You're supposed to be friends.
Lloyd.
You aren't an illusion?
Why did you stop attacking? You hate the one who murdered me, don't you? But... And Regal, why won't you just let yourself be killed? You've always felt guilty about killing me. Here's your chance to end it all.
Yes, it's for the best. If you are killed, you will no longer feel guilt. If you kill him, you will have your revenge. Crimes must be punished.
Both of you! Get a hold of yourselves! Don't confuse who you should be fighting! Dying won't settle anything. Killing won't solve anything.
That is merely logic. People are not moved by logic. If the one you love is killed, you hate the murderer. And murderers must be punished.
But if you keep killing people like that, it'll only spawn new hate and new revenge. Besides, you're just running away if you die. You'll forget the murder and the pain of that crime.
Spawn new hate.
Running away from my crime.
What about my feelings? You murdered me.
It is true that Alicia died. But I know she doesn't want things to end like this. What you're both doing is selfish.
You're the real Lloyd.
And that Alicia is a fake. Alicia wouldn't say things like that. Are you going to kill me?
Stop deceiving my friends.
Bitch.
I came to get you guys.
I'm sorry. I lost the will to atone for my crimes by taking comfort in the feeling of being punished. Death is not punishment. Punishment is living with one's crime and working to atone for it.
I closed off my heart and turned away from people who were trying to atone for their crimes because it was easier to hate than to forgive.
There are so many things you can do before you die. And I don't think everything has to be forgiven. But no matter how painful things may be, you just can't dwell on the past.
Yes.
I will stop allowing myself to be trapped in the past.
One cannot seek a new world while dragging the past along.
And thus you forget the past, the countless lives that were lost, and the pain of those that suffered. Crimes must be met with punishment.
Which is why we're coming to kill you. Also, Gushin
What's
height?
that?
I'm not sure how to read that one.
A knife.
There are nicks all over the blade.
Maybe it's a symbol of your past.
Let us think of it that way.
Yes, so that we may never fight amongst ourselves again.
Yeah, I don't understand why we get these tokens. Like, you know, it's nice, symbolic, and whatnot, but like in universe, why are we getting these? I don't understand. Now, the reason why we'll be coming back here because you can interact with that blood, and I can interact with that circle on the floor. But I want to make sure I get everyone back first because those are all optional boss fights. And I want to make sure I have my preferred party. Anyway, the reason why that's probably my least favorite scene is because it requires the characters to act a bit silly. I'm looking at you, Presea, especially given their character development. And what's funny is since Colette replaces the different characters depending on who you have a close friendship with, she ends up playing both roles of believing that could be Alicia and being gung-ho and killing Alicia. So it's like, I guess it just depends on, you know, what Colette was smoking that day.
What the?
Why is the mayor? Be careful. It's an illusion.
Oh, also, fun fact, the first time I played through this game, I didn't see that optional cutscene with Rain's mom. And in the GameCube graphics, it looks like the mom's holding a cat, not the doll that she thinks is Baby Rain.
You think I'm an illusion? This is exactly why everyone says half-elves are fools.
Rain, my pitiful
child. A tainted child who received only half her elven blood.
Mother?
Half-elves have no place in this world.
That's not true!
It is because you are despicable halflings that I was chased out of Heimdall.
Then why did you give birth to us?
There probably was no choice. That's why you were thrown away after you were born.
Disappear from this world.
Die! There is no meaning for you to live.
Disappear.
Die, now!
Humans and elves. Neither side wants us.
That's right. No one wants you.
I didn't choose to be born like this, yet...
It can't be helped. It's your fault for not being a pureblood.
No, you're wrong.
No, they are not wrong. Half-elves are despised and discriminated against for merely being alive. Our existence is a crime.
No, it's not the half-elves' fault.
But...
People who can't accept those who are different are the ones to blame. It's because of their weak hearts. Hey, you two. I came to get you.
Lloyd.
Now let's go.
It's hopeless, Rain. You'll just be abandoned again. As long as you're a half-elf, the world will continue to hate you.
Lloyd came for us, even though he could have left us behind and faced Mythos.
You'll just be betrayed again. Because you're a half-elf.
You may be right. But then again, you may be wrong. It wasn't because of my blood that you abandoned me. It was because of the world that hates my blood, and a mother who was too weak to stand up against it. I'm going to stop hating that weakness. My hatred never changed anything. In order to change the world, I must first change myself. I'm glad I was born a half-elf. It was because of it that I met Lloyd and my other dear friends.
Genus, do you feel the same? Are you happy that you were born a half-elf?
That's ridiculous. There's no world for half-elves.
Because humans hate us, I hate humans.
Genus.
But I like you, Lloyd. And I like everyone we traveled with. Because I think they all like me.
You're an idiot. You're deluding yourself.
I'm the same. Just like those that hate half-elves, I get mad at humans and elves just for being who they are. That's just going to make them hate me more. My heart was weak too.
Is it a sin to be weak-hearted? Not everyone's strong. Not everyone can stand being despised.
Hey, you two.
Lloyd! Thanks for coming.
I'm sorry. I promise to make up for all the trouble we've caused.
Don't worry about it. We're friends, right? Hey, what's this thing that just came floating down?
They're fragments of the mirror.
Maybe they're symbols of the weakness of our hearts.
You should hang on to it. It's proof that you guys beat that weird mirror.
Okay.
Yes, it's a good idea.
Yeah, I also kind of appreciate that, Genus was, kind of honest about the fact that it's like, humans hate me, so I hate humans too. Can't change that. It's realistic, shall we say? Just because not everything is going to be able to just neatly tucked away,
Try this. You're not going anywhere. Dark serpent.
I know those scenes are arguably not the best in the game, because they are pretty ham-fisted and they kind of tell you to your face like what the moral of the situation is. But again, especially the scene between, between Zelos and Sheena, of just, Lloyd telling them it's like you all have value because you mean, it's like you mean something
Lloyd,
to me.
You need to remember that in...
Yeah, it's always meant something for me, something to me, So I'm going to go fight the other two monsters, and then there's one more cutscene, but I will have to call it there just due to other obligations, since I didn't get to start my stream early because we were busy fixing the sound. Mythos is a pitiful person. Why do you say that all of a sudden? Even though he led all those half-elves, he no longer has any friends left he can actually trust. Yeah, I think loneliness can corrupt one's decisions.
Leading to an arbitrary judgment and tyranny, leading to further loneliness.
Let's make sure we value our friends. Yeah, I kind of combined my Sheena and my Persea voice there for a second. Actually, let's just see the scene real quick.
What is this?
This
is the Darius emblem.
Darius emblem?
It's a seal that blocks the path to Mythos' castle. Although I didn't know where it was.
Then with this...
The trap should be deactivated. Let's keep going.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, got that. So now we've got the Darius emblem. That actually will allow us to leave the dungeon. Sorry, I just want to see real quick if this takes me... Okay, yeah, there is a bit more. Okay.
Not much of a specimen.
Fire seal. Raging beast.
Now, honestly, I don't fully understand the significance of some of these fights. I think they're just like, here's a way to get some optional equipment near the end game while trying to, give it some significance, if you know what I mean. I think it's also because it's like just remember the monster designs a bit, because they do play into the final boss fight a tad. Oh. Yeah, but it increases. So, yeah, I'm gonna give you the time reduction one. It doesn't. Yeah, I don't need it more gold. You can have the thing that increases your TP. Again, it's really funny being like, yeah, I guess I can take off the gold thing considering how stressed I was for a while about, shit, I gotta make sure I get all the gold I can get.
This is gonna be cake.
Are you okay? Ready?
Yeah, if you noticed, the last one we fought had arms. This one has like these floating shields, and I don't remember what the first one we fought had. Yeah, their appearances differ ever so slightly.
Help is on the way. Healing circle.
Pretty good. Hurricane thrust. Pretty good. This healing stream.
Don't get in my power seal.
Demonic chaos. Healing wind. You picked the wrong guy to mess with.
That would be very useful for Lloyd, yes, but I kind of noticed, especially during those solo fights, having both of these was... to see. Yeah, I need to get to a certain point because, like I said, I'm probably going to explore the dungeon up here just on my own time, just so you guys don't have to see that. Just, you know, more pointless fights running around a samey dungeon. But I need to make sure that I get to a certain point, so I am good to backtrack out of the dungeon. So next time, you don't have to watch me escape this place, because I can just do that on my own time. And then we can do all the other side quests that have now become available. Right. So, if Kratos was the one you were closest with, amusingly, he takes Zelos' place, and an illusion of Lloyd appears before Kratos. I personally think it would have been a bit better if it was Lloyd's mom, but I digress. But, words. For whatever reason, if you had picked Kratos, Colette, because it's still Colette who gets possessed, not Kratos, we would get Colette back in that stretch of hallway instead of when we did. I don't know why. Maybe it's just so Colette's not given more emphasis before Kratos. I don't know. Like I said, other than just getting some extra some more of Lloyd's backstory, because Kratos tells the story about how Lloyd's mom died, I don't really like the forging a bond with Kratos over other characters. Yeah, gotta kill this thing.
What happened? Oh, aren't we? Ready for this? Here we go!
Ready?
Don't run!
You're not going anywhere.
Dark serpent!
Okay, good. So I was like, wait, he's a dark dragon. Is he gonna be immune to that attack? But
You're kidding me.
Ready for this?
Lloyd, you need to remember that in...
Dragon Mail. Vinheim King keeps found. Wait. Can I not equip that? Dragon Mail. It's right there. Why can't I equip it? And then again, maybe this is... I don't know. Maybe it's exclusive for Zelos. I guess it wasn't exclusive for Zelos. Alright. Okay. Through that door is the final boss fight. However, now that I've opened the door, that should trigger some new side quests. So, I'm going to be ending the stream here. I'm glad I could, get back to streaming after fixing the audio. If you want to join the Discord, there's a link in the description. And I'm not sure when, but I'll see you then. Bye-bye.